Hello, good evening and welcome to my vlog. This evening I'm going to show you how to read and interpret the nutritional values on the back of packets of food. So I'm going to show you some examples and hopefully you get an idea of what to look out for, how to understand whether something's high carbohydrate, high fat or high protein. So, I'm going to show you a few produce now and see how we go on. So the first one we've got here is a packet of rice. Now, initially, to compare things like for like, you want to be looking at the 100 grams. So per 100 grams, it's the standard weight for everything. And you can look down and first of all, you'll see your calories. So per 100 grams, 161 calories. As you can see, scrolling down, the one that stands out most, fats, carbohydrates, proteins and fibre, is the carbohydrates. So you can appreciate rice will be a high carbohydrate food, and it's just shown that it has the most carbohydrates, or the thing that's most is carbs. So you look at this serving size also as an indication of how much energy you're actually getting, and they suggest half a pack of rice, which is probably about right, gives you almost 40 grams of carbohydrates and 200 calories. So we're going to move on to a tin of tuna here. So as you can see, again 100 grams drained weight, so I think this is about 120 grams in total. You can see that most of them are almost negligible apart from the protein. So straight away you can see that this is a high protein source. So if you're looking for some protein, this would be a good bet. Okay, next we've got a tin of rice pudding, so something that is processed more so than the tuna and the rice, has a number of ingredients. So per 100 gram again, scrolling down you can see that the one that stands out most are the carbohydrates, and in particular the sugar, 9 grams almost, which represents 2 teaspoons. Now that is only in 100 grams. A serving is 200 grams, and as you can see there, the carbohydrates go up to 4 teaspoons almost of plain sugar. So that's clearly a very high sugar, high carbohydrate food. Here's an interesting one. It's peanut butter. As you can see, looking down here, peanut butter is as high in fats, high in fibre, protein and carbohydrate. So it's almost a meal in itself. Very little water content. So if you're looking to increase your protein intake, that would be a good source, but you've got to also watch out for the fats. This is per 100 grams, and you're not going to eat 100 grams of peanut butter, or at least you shouldn't be. And as you can see, they're very carbohydrate dense, or calorie dense, with 600 calories there almost. So bread's the next one, just a wholemeal loaf. So as you can see, looking at the packet here, the things that stand out most are the carbohydrates with 37 grams per 100 grams and 10 grams of protein. So it's a moderately high protein source, but predominantly a carbohydrate source, with a teaspoon of sugar per 100 grams. Per slice, that's what you're getting per slice. So 40 grams is a serving per slice. You need to consider how much you're eating to give you an idea of how much of each you're consuming. And let's finally move on to the back of a packet of cookies. So here we go, 100 grams, and we're scrolling down at 493 calories. So it's a very calorie dense, energy dense food. Fats are high, sugars and carbohydrates are extremely high, a minimal protein. So you're looking for this is a high fat, high carbohydrate food, particularly sugars. So even per cookie, you're looking at almost a teaspoon of sugar per cookie, and 2.6 grams of saturated fat, which is high. So I hope that gives you an understanding of how to interpret and quickly read the nutritional reference guides on the back of packets. Cheers!